We'll say hi.
What? Hi.
Candace is going to her first doctor's appointment. He's going to take off the wrap, and we're going to see what it looks like.
Yay, I'm so excited.
Alright guys, so Candace's doctor's appointment went really well. The doctor said everything looked great. She could actually bend her foot and stuff. He went ahead and put a cast on it, a full cast this time. But she's hanging out with her grandma today, so I can get some work done around here. So I'm working on a couple projects. We had a little bit of carpet left, so I am making little area rugs. But I am trimming all of the edges with scissors because it's really long carpet, and I'm using the stick-on edging, and I've already done this one, but I did not trim it first, and it was kind of long, so it doesn't want to stay wrapped like the same. It's not coming off. I mean, it sticks really well, but it's made for more of like a Berber, like a tighter carpet. So I'm going to trim all the edges on the other ones, and hopefully it'll look a little better. I don't know if it'll stay better. We really want to thank all of you guys that commented on the last video on Candace's broken foot. It was really nice. It actually made Candace cry a little bit, but it was a happy cry. She's very emotional, and plus she was on pain medication, and your comments was just really sweet. So we thank you guys for that. So I'm gonna get back to work here, see what I can get done today. Alright guys, I don't have enough of the edging to do the other two, but this one's pretty much done. It's got the stuff glued on the back. It works pretty good. It doesn't move now. So I have another upgrade I am working on. A couple videos back when I was finishing the doghouse, someone noticed that we had the original tape deck that came in this motorhome in 1993. It did not work. We was lucky to get St. Joe stations while we're driving around St. Joe, and sometimes it would crackle and the speakers would just go off. I think there's a loose connection somewhere on the speakers. This is the stereo that was in it. It is an old Jensen cassette deck. A subscriber and another YouTuber, Tim, over at Tim Rover. Check out his channel, guys. He does a lot of how-tos and stuff. He's been getting a motorhome ready to go full-time. I think next year, I think he's going full-time. Something like that. I forget. I watch a lot of channels. But anyway, Tim noticed that we had that old cassette deck, and he said he had almost a brand new CD player that he wasn't using. He tried it for a little while and didn't like it. He wanted a touch screen. It was planned on upgrading eventually. It was on the list. I was just going to get, a cheap one off of eBay or something, some Chinese brand or something, which probably wouldn't have worked very well. I've bought one of those before, and radio stations didn't come in very well. Anyway, here is the stereo that Tim sent us over. It is a really nice Sony. It has a USB port. It has a remote. It has Bluetooth, one touch connection. It has Pandora. It has voice control for Android and Siri Eyes Free for iPhone. Now, we use iPhone, so that's pretty cool. And Candace won't have to hook her phone up to play music through it. She can just link it through Bluetooth. So yeah, we really appreciate that. And we will see you very soon, hopefully. But yeah, it is all hooked up. It works really well. I got to go through and set everything. I haven't really had time to mess with it. Better not play that. The speakers in the motorhome, they're really old and they're junk, and they're very hard to get to. They're behind this fabric, and you got to pretty much take it apart inside, the wood and stuff. It's all carpeted in there. So instead of going through all that, I just went to Walmart and I bought these little cheap speakers. They're like 4-inch, but they was only $25, and they're 4-way speakers. And they sound pretty good. They're not bad. I could have went bigger. I was going to get Sony to match the stereo, but the smallest Sonys they had was like, I don't know, 5 1/4, and it was too big for what I'm getting ready to do. So I am heading outside to the trailer now to start cutting some wood and get these speakers mounted up. Alright, Candace is home. She got a new cast. She tried to get pink, and then she switched to purple, right?
Out of both of them. So.
Yeah, they was out of pink and purple, so she got blue. It's a solid cast now, and it will go, but what, 2 more weeks?
Yeah, and then they'll cut it off and see where we're at.
Yeah, check it again. The doctor said everything looked good.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it when they took it off. I was so excited. I've been waiting for like 2 days. I couldn't wait to see it because I haven't seen it since it very first happened, because after my surgery it was all bandaged up, and I had to leave it that way. And it surprised me. There was a lot of bruising. The whole bottom of my foot was purple.
Yeah,
all the way up my calf.
I'm going to show some pictures, so I'm going to warn you again if you don't want to see it. It's not gross like it was when it happened, but if you can't.
Did it surprise you?
If you can't, yeah, it looked about like I thought. I mean, I've seen many injuries.
I haven't.
I'm a boy. I grew up watching people get messed up.
I never in my life thought I'd ever get hurt that bad. But I'm doing good. It's not super painful or anything. It just it feels achy sometimes worse than others.
But the doctor did say it looked good. She moved her foot back and forth, put some pressure on his hand.
He said of any way to break your foot like that, he said it was probably the best possible scenario, because it shouldn't need any more surgeries, and it should just go right back together. And it's like he said, it was like one of the quickest healing bones too in your foot.
Well, look at this. Candace has a scooter. She just props her leg up on it, scoots around.
I definitely recommend that if anybody ever gets hurt, because crutches are hard. And I go everywhere on this thing. I've been to the store. I went everywhere. And
well, yeah, even if you're not hurt, this is fun.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
All right, I did finish the speakers. Yes, Chloe. I just built a box that would fit up in here, and it's all mounted up. What, Chloe? Yeah, it don't look bad. Huh? It sounds pretty good for as small as they are. I'm going to add a couple small tweeters up here somewhere, just so we can hear it a little better. We don't get a whole lot of engine noise. The engine's pretty smooth, but you can still hear it. You still get road noise from this area. And again, we want to thank Tim Rover for sending us the stereo.
That was really nice.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was something we was going to buy eventually, but I mean, it was kind of down the list.
Yeah.
You know. we just play music on her phone when we drove because I can't stand just silence. I gotta have some music, and the phone isn't too loud, so that'll be a lot better. And when we did even get a station in, the speakers was crap and they would crack in and out. Alright, I've got a couple more projects I'm working on, so stay tuned and we'll see you next time.